Hello. I could not be more thrilled about today's book haul, and I'm just going to talk about it a little on this video. In the recording time of this video, I'm not sure if I'm going to post it or not. I spent some time watching what's known fondly as BookTube and thought, I guess just for the sake of community and or my own self, to give myself kind of a way to share my book adventures, maybe I start recording videos, not worrying about editing, not worrying about filtering or my hair. As you can clearly see, just sort of being pretty raw about it. So little background about my book adventures. I 100% unhaul and haul from either charity shops or rummage garage estate sales, and or with the explicit purpose of trading into the little free library book boxes around my neighborhood, neighborhoods near where I work, an old neighborhood that I used to live in that has some of my favorite book boxes. And until recently, I have been very limited and minimalist. Now I'm kind of leaning into abundance. I'm liking having more variety. And I've been kind of giving myself like weekly TBR challenges based on something really arbitrary, but just to kind of decide what I'm going to read or be excited about reading for the week. I'm reading on average a book every day and a half or 2 days, around 5 books a week. And my eyes are starting to hurt a little, so I might have to slow that down a little. It's 100% physical books, nothing audio, and nothing digital, and 100% charity or free, but not using the library. I have nothing against the libraries. I'm just kind of part of this adventure is the scavenge. And just that's where I'm at right now. So a little bit more background. I was primarily a paperback reader, and that was even, when I use libraries, I tend to get paperbacks or look for the paperback version. I think it's because I've been a traveler for most of my life, and I think that paperback is actually kind of what's in like these book trade bookshelves and stuff in hostels around the world. But recently I've sort of had an opportunity to find hardback books, and I got into it, in the spirit of adventure. Just there was hardback books of titles that I thought I'd really like to read. And so I picked up some hardbacks through the trades, and I got to a place where I was like, wait, I have a lot of hardbacks, and if I plan to travel soon, I might want to read those up so that those are taken care of, because I don't want to travel with hardback. And so then I kind of did a TBR of only read hardback for a while. And where I didn't stick to that exclusively, I really found a place for hardback. So the purpose of today's book haul was to go and just get some hardbacks for when I just really feel like hardback is what I want, and or if I'm out there trading and I see hardbacks in boxes, I kind of like it. It's not hard and fast, but I like to trade a hardback for a hardback if I can. It's just sort of the adventure that I'm doing, nothing hard and fast, as I said. So today at the St. Vincent de Paul in a neighboring town, it's actually the one where I work, every Sunday it's half off books. The books at the St. Vincent de Paul are already really economical. They're $2.75. I've worked through St. Vincent de Paul and other capacities through my job, and I respect them as a charity. And so I really love to take advantage of these half price books Sundays and kind of get more indulgent. And today I was exclusively looking for hardback. So I ended up getting 6 hardbacks, and I did end up getting 2 paperbacks. I think one, I can't say I ever getting any book, but one when I don't know how it ended up in my possession in the other, well, I'm excited for it because it's got its own story. So anyway, in no particular order, here are the books that I hauled today. I picked up. The first is Playing with Boys. This is by Elisa Valles Rodriguez, and the publication date is 2004, I think, if I can recall correctly. And so, 20 years old. Yep. And the setting is Los Angeles. This book gives me fun. It gives me fun vibes. It gives me, when I've read something heavy, hard to get through, and I just want to read for a little bit of fun with some feminist themes, that's what this book gives me. And I might, during Women's History Month, just read exclusively female authors through diverse genres, etc. I might do something like that, or I might just pick up this again when I've read something super heavy, or a little hard to like digest. Some of those stories that need to be told, but are hard to read. The next book I'm also excited about. This is a book by an author I believe I've read before quite a long time ago. This book is called The Itch. Also kind of finding it to be fun. Its publication date is in 1998. So I haven't totally checked the setting, but if the setting's around then, that's, when I was in university. And so I really like to read books set around that time. It gives me some nostalgia. And again, it seems like this book also gives me sort of fun, sort of feminist themes, or feminine maybe themes. Excited. I'm just kind of seeing if I can find a synopsis of when the setting is. In any case, the next book is, oh my gosh, this one I want to read like right now. I'm so excited. Of all of the books in this haul, for some reason, this is the one I'm most excited about. Given young adult, so I'm going to assume it's young adult. And it is Flights and Chimes in Mysterious Times. I love this cover. I love some of the illustration inside of the first pages. From the cover, looking like Big Ben's on it, so this is London. And of course, this is, according to the title, a mystery. So excited. Publication date is too small for me to see, but it's somewhat recent. This is a newer book. 2014. Yeah. So 10 years old, but recent for me, I guess. Yes. This book is just going to get read when I can't take it anymore and I just have to read it. No matter what my sort of like TBR challenge of the week is. The next one. Okay, so I thought for a while on this one. I didn't know if I wanted to take it. It was compelling me. There were a couple others. I was trying to be limited. I always try to limit myself a little. Otherwise, I just buy every book in the place. Come on. I was trying to be limited. So I was choosing between this and a couple of other choices. And this one got me. This one is called Dark at the Crossing. And this is exploring a love story at the Syrian-Turkish border. I'm here for it. The author is American Marine. So I'm curious to see what kind of point of view he is able to explore in this way. I am familiar. I stayed in Turkey in the city of Izmir, although I did visit Istanbul. in a couple summers ago. And so I read Turkish authors while in Turkey. So I have them kind of fresh in my mind, and how they tell stories. These particular authors told stories through their points of view. So I'm curious to see what Elliot Ackerman does through his point of view in trying to tell a love story set at the Turkish border. I feel like I'm either going to love this book or I'm going to have a lot of problems with it, but I'm really excited to give it a chance. The next book, it was the first one I pulled off the shelf, this one. And it was the cover, bright colors and whatever called to me, like, just from the shelf, right? And A Working Theory of Love. Love the title. Don't know anything about Scott Hutchins. And when I sort of read the synopsis, I believe this is San Francisco, wasn't really like, ooh, you know, that's going to get me. Publication date 2012. It's about a little over a decade old. But the reason that it like got pulled off for me is because it in fact was from, I don't know if I can get this to where you can, yeah. It was already from the Little Free Libraries, and it says on here, always a gift, never for sale. So I did buy it because it was at a charity shop. I felt it was almost sort of like my duty to get it back into those Little Free Libraries, which is where it will absolutely go. Don't know. I imagine that this book will end up on a sort of one of those weekly TBR challenges, and that's how it will get read. The last hardback, and the last thing I'm going to do in this haul, I'm not going to talk about the paperbacks, of which there were two. The last hardback that I got today is the most recent publication. It's 2019, so published pretty recently, and it's a thriller. And I knew I needed a thriller. Like, I felt like I pulled quite a bit of romance today. And I'm not really a romance reader, but it could be that I just finished a romance novel, so I was more open to the idea that romance, can be a fun, easy read. Anyway, this is called The Siberian Dilemma, and it's a Russian crime thriller, and I am here for it. Yep, I'm excited about this, and I can imagine myself, sort of reading this on if I do like a week that I'm just going to read thrillers. I got quite a few thrillers on my shelf now that I might want to do a thriller TBR week, or just sort of integrating a thriller in after a romance, right? Just for something that's fun and page-turny, but not, not let me see, cringy, I guess, as romance can kind of be in that romance kind of way. Anyway, that's my book haul, and I'm really excited to get those on my shelves and to read them when they come across my weekly TBR.